everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I'm Trevin, joined as always by Caleb.
Hola!
And Zach is behind the camera. And we are here to talk about probably one of the most confusing episodes of Friday Night Smackdown.
Out of all the episodes of Smackdown, it was one of them. It was one of them. So I started playing the new game last night. This is pertinent information. And I missed the first 9 minutes of the episode. I didn't miss much.
No.
I just missed Randy Orton's beginning of his promo, I think.
Yeah. But he also missed our opening segment where you see the different stars walking out, and we see Drew McIntyre punch the F out of the back of Damian Priest's head, cashing in a receipt for what happened at the Rumble and the Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Which, we all know this match is coming at Mania, so they got to set it up.
No one wants it.
I don't mind it.
I want McIntyre. I don't care about Priest, though.
I want McIntyre to do something better at Mania.
I want him to win for once.
Hot take.
Yeah. But then, as Caleb mentioned earlier, we open with I have voices in my head.
That's so cringe. Stop doing
Okay.
it. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah,
Randy
but
Orton comes out.
Yeah, it was shocked that he opened the show, especially because we have a bunch of news coming out of Chamber. I thought like an opener could have been Bianca, could have been, I don't know, Drew just coming out immediately. Could have been even Cody opening the show, but we'll see him later tonight.
No, in one of the most drawn out segments. Not the segment itself was drawn out, but all the segments that were like, this is going to happen later. This is going to happen later. This is going to happen later. They played the same promo 5 different times, but with different tweets and people's reactions.
Yeah.
That was it.
Many a different edits, yeah. I'm glad we have moved past the week after week, because hopefully that means less John Cena turned heel promos.
Well, they start their European tour next week, so they should. But, yeah, Randy Orton comes out and he says, pretty much, you have awakened that 2009 Randy Orton.
Yep. He is going...
I am going to kick your head off.
Yep. He says that I'm about to prove that Pat McAfee is the second best punter in the WWE.
Yep. And that's about it for Orton. We'll see him for like a second.
Later on tonight.
Yep, but that's it for the Viper, opening up the show, giving us a good crowd pop, and we move on.
Yeah, we move on to backstage with Nick Aldis in his office, talking with Tiffany about how to keep her busy up until Mania. And then she is interrupted by none other than your United States champion, Chelsea Green.
I love how Chelsea Green says, look, I know who you are, but I'm the United States champion. You're the mid-card champion talking to the world champion.
Yeah. But
the fuck?
Yeah, Chelsea is a little upset that her title match is a street fight, that it's a run back with Michin, and Tiffy's like, why are you interrupting me? And they get at it, and she's like, you know what? Why don't I, you got your own match, so why don't I take care of your bodyguard? And Chelsea and Piper are like, no, she's already busy. She works for me. She's my secret Hervis. But Nick Aldis is like, no, she's contracted under WWE, and so are you, so technically you're both my employees. And I say, it's a great idea to put Piper in that match.
Yep, and we go to that match next, I believe, right?
Yes. That is our opener match.
So, the opening match, your WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton versus Piper Niven, Secret Hervis herself.
It was all right.
It was a pretty damn good match. It was a basic match. We saw Tiffany win with a prettiest moonsault ever.
Yep. And then from behind,
the thing that immediately took the wind out of this match, Charlotte Flair attacks Tiffany's left knee from behind, doing a running chop block, and then putting her in the figure 4, bridging into the figure 8, and that's your segment.
Yeah. We'll see Charlotte later tonight, but Next, we cut to another promo of, as I mentioned earlier, a star that I thought might have opened this show to give a big open. We next cut to Bianca Belair, who is on the verge of tears because her two best friends are fighting and she wants answered.
I did not know it was this early in the show.
Yes.
Damn, they had a lot of shit slogging through them. Because I guess I just completely...
Yes. Well, to be fair, it wasn't the very next thing, as I am cutting out all this John Cena turned heel promos, which took up a solid half hour of the episode's runtime.
Mm-hmm. I just completely forgot about, not completely forgot about, because I remember that they happened, but I just completely forget the matches that happened in the middle of the show. But yeah, so this is the segment, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Bianca comes out, like Trevin said, on the verge of tears, and she calls out Naomi because she says, I know Naomi's here.
Yep. I know you here and I want an official answer.
And Naomi, like every good teenager when they are in trouble,
dodges the question.
Yep. I'm just going to beat around that bush as long as I can.
But then they start talking over each other and Bianca finally grabs Naomi's shoulder and is like, shut up. One word answer only. Yes or no.
And we got another one, boys! I did it for you, Bianca. I did it for us. Yep. I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people.
What's funny is that my mom walked in while this segment was on, and the question she asked, because she has no context, was, are these two gonna kiss?
Yeah, like Flynn says, what are they? But, yeah, so Naomi admits that she did it.
Yep.
We finally get the answer that everyone expected.
Yep. And Bianca just starts walking away crying, and Naomi's like, come back here, because I don't have regrets. In fact, I wish I had pushed her harder.
A bar.
I wished I would have pushed her sooner.
And then the thing I love, this, if you can't tell, was the best part of the show.
Yes.
Other than the street fight later, this was the best part of the show. So on Twitter later, Liv goes, what was Jade even doing to get pushed like that? And what was she doing?
Yeah, but Naomi mentioned in her confession that's like, she thinks that Jade was picking off of Bianca's fame, that she immediately got opportunity after opportunity just for being friends with Bianca.
While herself was cast aside.
Yep.
And had to fight for herself. And completely justified, not justified in pushing the person off of a loading dock onto a car.
Yeah.
Justified to feel that way, but not justified to act on those actions.
Not justified for attempted murder.
Yeah.
But then we see on the Jumbotron it transitions to one of the backstage cameras where a van is pulling up and out comes a bloodstained designed outfit Jade Cargill.
All right. Now, I have something to ask. Actually, I'll ask it at the end of the segment. But yes, Jade Cargill comes out and Bianca and her just stare at each other. Bianca nods. Jade goes and whips that ass.
Naomi tried to run too, but you ain't running from Jade.
I love how she took off the neck brace in the middle of the promo and then ran. She said, fuck kayfabe, I'm out of here. But yeah, so Jade gets her revenge, hitting a Jaded in the middle of the ring, and I think this leads to a Mania match.
Probably.
But the question I have to ask, at Chamber, both Naomi and Bianca were wearing white, as Jade Cargill was wearing black. And on this episode of Smackdown, Naomi and Bianca were both wearing black, while Jade was wearing white. Now, do you read into that at all?
I see the angle you're going for. I feel like it's a kind of plot hole if Bianca was in on it because of the emotion of this promo and also the fact that in order to check up on Jade and sell that she wasn't in on it, she had to concede one of those triple threat US qualifying tournament matches, which I could see. Sherry had gold in that period, but she risked the chance of conceding that gold by taking out Jade and conceding the gold of leaving that match in the US title tournament. So I'm on the side of no, Bianca was not in on it. Could I see her possibly aligning herself with Naomi at the end of this feud? 50-50 shot. We'll see how the emotions and promos play out from here, but I don't think she was in on the attack.
Yeah, so Mania season just keeps on heating up. Now, before we get to the slog of the mid-show matches, there's some news. Rey Fenix, like we announced, he's been released very imminently. It's looking like he's going to sign with WWE. They've already been working on merch, and they said that the earliest that he would probably join the company is April, right before WrestleMania.
Yes.
So I have a question. Do we see the Lucha Brothers in action as a tag team at Mania?
1v1.
Or is Rey Fenix Chad Gable's secret weapon?
Oh, frick. Oh, Dark Arts had me think of Aleister Black, but no.
I think Aleister's going after someone that we're going to talk about at the end of this episode.
Yeah. But no, I think that is actually so good of the person who made him the best friend and brother of the person who made him go on this hunt, teaching how to beat him.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could be.
The story writes itself.
Yep, but we shall see.
Yeah, but speaking of tag team action,
yeah,
we cut to Nick Aldis giving a little explanation about the state of the Smackdown tag division.
Okay, I did love this promo. I thought this was a very good promo.
It was a very funny promo.
Yeah, Nick Aldis having a whiteboard and he just
drawing lines about who's feuding with who, and it's like, mate, all 5 of your tag teams are feuding with each other.
Yep, and so
they all got beef with each other.
The state of the tag division is such that next week, DIY, your WWE Tag Team Champions, will face the Street Profits in a 2v2 for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Yep. But
and tonight, like Trevin said, there is going to be a triple threat tag team match between the Motor City Machine Guns, Los Garzas, and
Pretty Deadly?
Yeah, Pretty Deadly.
Yeah. To determine who will face the winner of that title match.
The winner is going to shock the fuck out of us. So why don't we just get into the match, because it is next.
Yep. The match is next. All 3 men are entering, and the rule set for this triple threat is only 2 active people at a time. It's one of those triple threat tag teams.
Yep, something that I actually want to see added into the game somehow. I would very much like to see that. But it goes such as this. 2 people are in the ring. 1 tag team is completely off play. They're not doing anything.
Unless you're that one match that had the New Day.
But anyone can tag in at any time. So if the action spills into the lower right corner, because I think that's where the 3rd team is at, the lower right corner, someone can just tag a superstar that's active in the ring and join the match. This was used to a comedic effect with the New Day and the Fatal 4-Way tag, where they both got tagged in And Kofi laid down for Woods, and they immediately got broken up.
Yep.
But before this match starts, it is, I think, Sabin in with one of the members of Pretty Deadly. And Los Garzas tags themselves in immediately. And we just start with a big brawl.
Yep.
And goes through the motions. Pretty decent triple threat tag match.
Plenty of those behind the back hot tags to get reactive.
And your winners, Pretty Deadly.
Through roll up.
So, and I think it goes like this. So next week, we see the Profits win. We see Pretty Deadly enter a program with the Profits and get absolutely fucking demolished.
The energy the Profits are giving off in this new heel turn is
You said Mad Preacher and what did we describe Dawkins as? Just unbridled anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a Mad Preacher and unbridled anger because, bro, Montez is so fucking good on the mic. Not to take away from Dawkins, because Dawkins is good, but you put a mic in any one of these two man's hands, and I'm picking Montez night in, night out. Bro knows how to cut a excellent fucking promo.
Yep. And kind of on the same topic as the Profits, our next backstage promo is an interview with Charlotte Flair asking, "Why'd you attack Tiffy?" And Charlotte answers with, "I feel like the women's division has gone a little soft. No one here wants to acknowledge the top dog." And the interview is interrupted by none other than B-Fab, who is like, "No, you're just not top dog anymore. You're not the queen. No one wants to bow down to you anymore." And I'm like, say it louder for the person right in front of you.
Charlotte's internal monologue. I did it for my pops. I did it for the title.
I did it for myself.
No, but yeah, so next week we are getting a rare Charlotte Flair on a weekly episode wrestling. Her first match back on a weekly since her return. So, hey, she is going to win this match. Let's not be delusional in any sense of the word.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's like
get some good showing.
Yeah, B-Fab's point though was like, that's what the internet has been saying since she left.
I think the company putting B-Fab in with Charlotte is a good sign.
Yes.
You don't really put anyone in with a top star if they don't know what they're doing to some extent.
Yes.
So yeah, glad to see more of the women's stars on the division getting some shine.
Mm-hmm. But now, we cut to our very next match, which is honestly an unexpected banger, but pretty good nonetheless, especially how the match ended. We have one big SOB, Braun Strowman, versus, I don't know what to call him anymore, but Solo Sikoa.
Wannabe chief? Walmart Roman Reigns?
Because he's
Family Dollar Fatu. Because he's filling in Jacob's role right now. He's filling in Jacob's role. Family Dollar Fatu. So.
I saw you pondering. I did not expect that.
I was going to go Dollar Tree something, but I was like, no, that doesn't really fit. But yeah, no, Family Dollar Fatu just fits like a glove.
Yeah.
This was a pretty standard Braun Strowman and Solo Sikoa match. Nothing really to write home about.
Yep. A lot of power moves, though.
The thing to write home about was after the match.
Yep, after Braun got the one... Wait, no, it wasn't a 1, 2, 3. He went for the 1, 2, 3, but Tamatanga
jumps on him like a rabid animal, going, yee.
Yep. Starts beating on him, and Braun Strowman just takes care of Tama handily.
And then Jacob appears.
Yep, with his awesome entrance music and all. And Braun Strowman is on ringside, and Jacob is walking to the ring, and they just stare each other down, and I'm like, yes, rerun this feud.
Yep, so they stare each other down on the aprons. They meet in the middle. Hoss fight ensues. The big spot that everyone's talking about. Jacob Fatu gets chokeslammed through not one, but two tables.
Yep, in the audience section, it was some crew tables.
And
Jacob
sells it.
Yep, Jacob stands up. Looks like he bumped his head a little bit, selling that he's a little woozy, but still wants to pick a fight. And I'm like, yeah.
Yep, I think we get this at Mania. Give us a all-out monster brawl.
Yep, make it a no D. Make this a last monster standing.
Put this in the fight pit.
Put it in a fight pit.
8-man elimination.
Who else do you add?
Free for all.
Okay, but who else do you add? Like, I'm thinking big guys. So I'm thinking Oba is already in this match if we're doing an 8-man. So we have 3 men there.
A returning Bronson Reed?
In a perfect world, if his injury automatically healed, yes, Bronson. If this is a perfect world where injuries aren't a thing, Big E. Omos.
That's 6.
He's not a big guy, but he moves his weight around like a big guy. Braun Breaker.
Yeah. So 1 more.
Fuck it, for the love of the game, I'm gonna throw Gunther in there. If not Gunther, a small guy that moves his weight around like a big guy again.
Ivar.
No. He is good, if not Gunther, then him too, but Ilya Dragunov.
Oh, yeah.
Just because that motherfucker's just gonna go in there and act like a big guy. That's what he does.
Bringing up Elias, like, I'm surprised we still have yet to hear a report on the status of his return.
He tore his ACL. Last we heard, he was moving around at month 4, but that is still month 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's notorious. It just happened in the NBA. Fucking torn Achilles or ACL tear. That's the end of your season.
Yeah.
It's worse if you rupture your Achilles, though. Rupture that shit, you are done.
Yep.
But, not talking about NBA, even though they're invading my fucking video game.
Yep. But after this, we get a little promo with Legado del Fantasma, with Santos Escobar being disappointed that Los Garza has not been able to capture gold after opportunity. But when I was watching this promo, I was like, Santos? The fire's coming from inside the house right now as well with you.
Yeah, but out of nowhere comes Andrade.
Yep. Pulling Berto aside, being like, look, you've had some singles opportunity.
He said, you're way better than this.
Yeah.
You're way higher than this. And then Berto just looks at him and leaves.
Yep. And I'm like, yeah, if there's going to be a Legado breakup, that's the guy to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be caused by Andrade, and then I can see these guys going to do their own things. It sucks to say this, but I think Santos should go back down to NXT. Not saying that he's bad, it's just something's not clicking on the main roster.
No.
And their men's division is pretty lackluster right now, and he would be an instant star in there, so...
Yeah.
And then you have maybe Berto stay on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think out of the two, Berto and Angel, I think Berto has the higher ceiling, so maybe move him to Raw for the IC scene.
I mean, in this promo, I just thought about how LA Knight switched Santos' challenge to an opportunity for Berto, and how Berto took that. I was like, show me more of this guy on my screen.
Oh yeah, no. When he first came into the company as Humberto Carrillo, he was amazing, but Vince just didn't like him. So
yeah,
it happens to everybody.
Yeah, But I was like, I need more of this man on my screen. I need his high flying injected into my veins.
If I'm remembering correctly, he might have been in a stable, and this was like right before the Monday Night Messiah character got finalized. I think he was in a faction with Theory and Rollins. That's a funky ass trio.
Yup. Especially with the characters and gimmicks they have now.
Yep, and then I think he might have got replaced, and then it was Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Theory left for a little bit, and then Theory got added back in. Then it was the Authors of Pain, and then the Authors of Pain got released, and then a whole bunch of shit happened. But I'm excited for Berto to actually get some more opportunity if that's what it's looking like they're doing. Because I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of opportunity, and you mentioned how this is probably the match of the episode, we have your street fight for the women's U.S. title between your champion Chelsea Green, accompanied by a very winded from her match previously, Piper Niven,
versus Michin. And for any ball knowers out there, for anyone that's a casual fan, if you know Cactus Jack, Chelsea Green dressed up like Cactus Jack. And because they were in Philly, I believe, they were in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Michin comes out with a Eagles jersey on.
Yeah.
And those are our special attires for the match.
Yep.
Because whenever it's street fight, people just say street clothes.
Yeah.
Which I would just fight in street clothes regardless. I'm pulling a Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
I'm showing up in my gear and I'm leaving in my gear.
Yeah.
Not like Drew McIntyre leaving in his trunks after a fucking Rumble.
Yeah. But this match indeed cooked. When it was in picture, we saw Chelsea tie up Michin's hands and do some drag her around with the rope game. Mm-hmm. And then we cut back and the action did not stop.
Yeah, no. In the end, what happens? But another member of the Secret Service revealed. And this, I'm forgetting your title now. They gave her like a legitimate title, and I'm forgetting her title.
No, she, I believe they still go by, the announce decks called her Alba Fire.
No, not a new name.
Yeah, no.
They gave her, like, Chelsea and Piper. They gave her a title.
I don't know.
And I'm forgetting it. It was on Twitter. I'm just forgetting it now. But
Alba Fire is the latest member of the Secret Service, and when that was revealed, I just stared at my screen. I will recreate the face now, just, huh?
And here was my reaction. Fuck yeah! Give Alba Fire some shit to do. She's amazing. I just hope that this doesn't lead to her getting released.
Yeah.
Because this seems to be the theme with, we just need to throw someone into a stable.
Yeah, but my face was of confusion because it's like, you just released her tag partner. You released the person who was originally going to take this spot. So you decided, hey, let's put the tag person we didn't release into the spot of the person we released alongside that person.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I love about this the most. The Women's United States Champion is a dual citizen of Canada and England. And her cabinet so far are 2 Scottish ladies. Her whole Secret Service, non-American. Love it. I love it. They're slowly becoming another fucking League of Nations.
Yeah. There is not the only thing U.S. about about the faction of the title holder is the name of the title itself.
Mm-hmm. Second closest thing is Canada.
Yeah.
It's just better America.
Yeah. Land of the maple syrup.
Anyways, I was...
Put your ones up for Canada.
I was looking at the time. I was looking at the time and I'm like, okay, we're heading into 9 o'clock, probably another promo and probably our main event, which I was right about one of those things. We do get a promo with the person I thought would possibly open this show again, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
And
Cody.
It was not the worst promo.
No.
Still didn't like it. I don't know what it is. I just don't think I like Cody on the mic. I just think I don't like Cody on the mic.
Yeah, but Cody basically says how he saw John Cena as a friend and mentor and is disappointed about his heel turn, especially after what happened just across the street last year of you celebrating with me but giving me the advice and words that this title gets heavier every day. And he ends the promo with like, but mate, it ain't heavy enough yet.
I didn't hate the promo. Like I said, I did like it. I liked how he went over his relationship with Cena, how he was like, I'll explain this story to my daughter later, but my mentor, my role model, the one thing that is a superstar in this business that I look up to, quit.
He gave up.
He gave up. And the thing I also liked the most was he put the title down in the middle of the ring and he didn't hold it for the whole thing, for the whole duration, until he said, you gave this to me and said, it gets heavier day by day, and that's when he picks up the belt. I really like it. I like how they're spinning the story of this is a lost, broken man right now who just has to go with it. Just has to go with the flow. He has to get there. Really liking this so far. Now we just wait for Cena to appear, and then we get the next part in this story.
Yep. Then we get a little backstage promo with The Miz talking with Nick Aldis about like he is saying that he liked Cody's promo, he liked his message, but Miz didn't feel like it was 100% Cody talking. So he asks Nick Aldis for the opportunity to give Cody another chance to be on the open mic on the Smackdown premiere of Miz TV. Nick Aldis agrees. Miz also explains that Carmelo is going to be co-host. As
I thought it was Mello Don't Miz TV.
Yes, because this tag team is now seeming official, but Carmelo cuts...
Sorry to cut you off. In what fucking universe is Carmelo Hayes and The Miz a fucking tag team? What fucking twisted ass goddamn timeline do we get to where Carmelo Hayes is in a tag team with Miz?
This is some My GM level AI work.
This isn't even My GM. This is universe mode. Fucking simulating a year into the future. You have Chad Gable as champion. You have Maxine Dupree as your women's champion. You have goddamn fucking Apollo Crews, Intercontinental Champion. Then you have this random ass tag team that's holding both belts. Ass tag team. Ass tag team.
Good talk show, though.
No.
But Carmelo is glad that he's being a co-host because he wants to ask Cody why he didn't take the easy way out. I mean, he gives the analogy of like he was at the 1 yard line and fumbled. Like the Rock's offer was right there, and then he brings up how I feel like a lot of people on this roster are fumbling. Like Randy Orton, why continue this beef with Kevin after he just took you off the shelf for 4 months so you could sit on your butt and play Fortnite? And out comes the Viper.
Well, how do you say the Viper Pokemon in Pokemon's name?
Huh?
It's
Arbok?
No, not.
Oh, Viper?
Yeah, Civ Viper or Spyver or some shit like. I don't know. It's been so long.
Is it the black snake with the red tail?
Yeah, it's literally
Civ
Viper backwards.
No, there's no Pokemon like that. There's Ekans and Arbok. That are the backwards ones.
Snake and Cobra. The middle one.
You have the opportunity there. Okay, never mind. Sorry. This
Tangent.
Randy Orton appears.
Yep.
And he says, no, I've been playing Elden Ring
Fortnite's for kids.
A, you might be a skin soon. They might be making more skins. You might be a Fortnite motherfucker. But
Doesn't mean he's not gonna play it.
Yeah,
his
but
kids will.
yeah, but Nick Aldis. But Nick Aldis sees the beef forming and immediately hops on the opportunity of like, you know what, Carmelo? Why don't you give him a chance? Why don't you give him a chance to show him how he's fumbling? Next week, Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton 1v1 in a match.
And Randy says, "Oh, and make sure, how did you say it? To not fumble at the 1 yard line." No, he said you're on the 1 yard line. Make sure to, how'd you say it? Not fumble the ball.
Bag.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Which, this match...
It's going to cook.
Yeah, it's going to cook, yeah.
We're going to see Carmelo... Actually, he tweeted out today, no springboards, but he's going to do a springboard into an RKO. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah. But then I looked at my clock, seeing how we still have 45 minutes, and I'm like, that's a lot of time to give to the main event. And then the very next match, I completely forgot was happening tonight.
Drew McIntyre, Jimmy Uso. We can just skip through this match. Drew McIntyre wins.
Yeah. But after...
As much as I love Jimmy's curtain run and Drew's run, the only thing of note to happen in this match was Damian Priest attacking Drew after the match.
Yep. And
Damian saying, "I'm going to make your life hell."
Yep. It's on site.
Every week it's on site. So, yep, that just nailed in the coffin. Mania match.
Yep.
But now we get on to our main event.
It is for the men's United States champion. We have your champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, versus
L.A. Knight.
Yeah. This match was pretty good.
You speak for yourself. This match was pretty mid.
Yeah.
I don't like either one of these people.
I really liked the ending.
Mm-hmm.
It was over.
No, the ending sequence was actually a pretty innovative sequence that I don't think I've seen.
Shinsuke goes for the missed LA ducks, so Shinsuke ends up missing the ref. So the ref is taken out of commission until we get a new one in.
A chair gets brought into play.
Yep.
BFT onto the chair. I think the funniest thing, this ref would have saw him slide the chair out on the monitor running from Gorilla.
Yeah.
Didn't call it DQ.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, 3. After 97 days as your United States champion, we finally get a new one in L.A. Knight.
I don't like that they hot potatoed this title.
Oh, I don't think you understand what hot potatoing is, bud. Hot potatoing is the week after or or 2 weeks after this would have been changed. But no. We get LA Knight as your new United States champion, and I already have my eyes set on number 1 contender, and I think I know who that's going to be. Who? Aleister Black.
Paul.
No.
He's coming back for it.
No. He's on Raw.
Yeah.
I
But
think it's Aleister Black.
that's pretty good, but...
If not, it needs to be Carmelo or Andrade. I will not stand by and let these two motherfuckers go by without a goddamn championship. And the speed title don't count.
Yeah, but I bring up how I don't like this title change because you had Shinsuke win it on a PLE. You have his 2 defenses be a no contest against the previous title holder, and then immediately give it back to LA Knight the very next defense. And then after the show ended, I looked back at how the U.S. title has been treated from 2023 to now, and I'm like, oh, the U.S. title just is not important.
Here's something that we gotta realize as fans. In WWE, main roster, I do not count the tag titles because the tag titles are their own circuit. On the bottom of the pecking order, it is the U.S. title. It is the IC next, the World Championship that Gunther has, WWE Championship. U.S. title is on the bottom of that pecking order.
Yeah.
It was introduced to be a secondary mid-card championship for SmackDown in 2003.
Yeah.
That is why it is here.
Yeah. But still, I just look at the mid-card comparison and look at the IC, and it's like, IC has had some iffy booking as of late, especially with the Braun Breaker v. Jey Uso booking, but it's still but especially after Gunther held it for so long, and even looking back at earlier reigns of the IC belt, looking at what The Miz did with it as well, it's like that belt has had statuses, bookings, and champions that made it feel like a third world title almost.
No, so here's also what people don't realize. World Heavyweight Championship, not a thing in WWE. That was WCW. Their old structure, tag title. You then moved on from the tag titles to the IC. Then you moved on from the IC to the WWE title. And then there was that little section in there, where they had the light heavyweight and the European title. And those were just secondary mid-cards. It was very much, IC was pinnacle, you are next. IC has always been workhorses. And the thing that I think is kind of a detriment to the U.S. title's history, because I think it's the best when it's used in this scenario, I think it's used best when it's open challenges. Cena did in 2015 when he was the U.S. champion. He brought up people. He brought up Kevin Owens. He brought up Sami Zayn. He wrestled Cesaro. He put on a bunch of classic-ass fucking matches. And it was every week, it was a new star, new star, new star, new star. That is how you should use the United States Championship. Put it on someone that can have some great fucking matches. So, put it on Chad Gable. Move him over to SmackDown in the draft. Put it on him and have him do an open challenge every fucking week. Gable's Graps, open challenge.
That's alliteration.
Thank you. But yeah, no, like it's right there.
Yeah. But I just saw the ending and it's like, I'm glad it's back on LA. Like, he deserves to have gold around him because of how much he has put into this company. But just how it happened.
I knew it was going to happen the moment this match was announced.
Yeah. But
I knew they weren't going to keep it on Shinsuke because the fans didn't really get behind Shinsuke. I mean, they weren't supposed to. He's a heel, but...
Yeah. But I like this new Ronin sort of Japanese demon gimmick. I was vibing with it.
I just think it's a gimmick that doesn't need a championship. And that's the thing that sucks. A lot of gimmicks just don't need titles. Like, for example...
the classic example of the Wyatts and the Fiend.
The Wyatts and the Fiend. They don't need championships. But I'm thinking more like grounded people. Like, I mean, they gave Dan Severn the championship when he came. I think he had the NWA championship when he came to WWE. And it's like, you're already known as a badass because you're fighting in UFC. Very early UFC. You don't need a belt. Ken Shamrock, when he came over, you don't need a belt. Which sucks because there's also people in that same boat like Brock Lesnar, who you don't need a belt, but you put a belt on him, it elevates it.
Yes. And it builds up the person who then beats him for said belt.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think this Ronin inspired thing, unfortunately, I just don't think it needs the belt. And here's the thing. Some belts make the gimmick. Chelsea Green is a perfect example. The gimmick is centered around the belt. When Kevin Owens became U.S. champion, I think for the first or second time, he was the face of the U.S. He'd come out, his face was on the Ramptron, and he would walk around his face because he wouldn't step on his face. But he'd walk around and he was the new face of the U.S. You need to have some... I think Shinsuke needs to go back to what he was doing when he entered WWE. and that is The Artist from New Japan. But that's really all we have to say.
Yep. A low battery thing.
That is really all we have to say about this episode of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Pretty mid. You didn't have to catch it. The only reason why we caught it is because we review it.
Yeah. Content for you.
Yes. But now we're going to end this so we can go play the new game.
Yes.
Because I'm about to go beat they asses. But
expect content of that soon.
Within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But this has been Caleb, Trevin,
Oh.
Zach behind that camera as always. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. This has been your prediction champion, Caleb, and we will see you next time. Thank you for your time. Peace.
Bye.